In our modern day societies, being intimate with multiple partners, as well as spreading ourselves sexually thin, hasn't just become increasingly popular, but is also seen as a status symbol of personal empowerment and liberation. Nobody is saying that we shouldn't explore each other in different forms of intimacy, but what is lacking in comparison to the ancient Kama Sutra texts and teachings of the mystery schools where sexuality was highly celebrated and supported is that we have lost not just the understanding of sex and sexual energy, but in particular its universal laws by which it's governed and the implications that it has on our energy field, human body and psyche that is also passed down through bloodlines. If you bring up the topic sexuality onto any conversation, then there is one common denominator that you will hear from majority of people and maybe even believe yourself, and this is that it is easily obtained. It's one of the things that we can get anywhere we want. A lot of the issues that we are facing today as men and women actually got not much to do with modern times, but they are more so a result of something that happened way back in time. In this video, I'd like to take you through a little journey of how our RNA, DNA, emotional baggage, depression, anxiety, ability to create, ancestral wounds, karmic ties, spiritual gangbang are related to our sexuality, sexual behaviors, and patterns. The problem that we have is that people believe sex is just something that they do without understanding its true power. Just look around you in the world. So many industries, the big cities, and much in our existence is actually created and controlled to harness your sexual energy. As per the ancient yogis, the worst karma that we can create is karma related to sexual trauma. Even psychologists today are confirming that sexual trauma causes the majority of issues in our psyche that can lead us to depression and anxiety, not just in our own sexual life, but in so many other areas, because we are A, not consciously aware of it, and B, we cannot draw the connection. When we are intimate with another person, we are not just intimate with our bodies, but also our auric fields merge. And with that, you download all the data and all the information that this other person carries in their field, as well as their trauma and their karma, and also vice versa, they take in yours. More so, when we are intimate with this other person, we are not just intimate with them, but they will also carry the energy of all the other people that they're intimate with. So let's say you are intimate with a man. This man was intimate before you with 3 other women. You are not just taking in his energy, but also the energy of the other women and the energy of these men that were intimate with the other women. So when we are tracing it back like that, then we can call this a huge spiritual gangbang. If we are over many years randomly intimate with multiple people or entertain casual relationships, then we are loading onto ourselves not just emotional baggage, but also accumulate karma that doesn't belong to us. As a result, many people resort to substances, alcohol, entertainment, and food to numb themselves from depression that is resulting from casual sex and karmic baggage. This is very real and not a joke, guys. How many of you are able to pick up on the energy or emotion of another person after a breakup, no matter how you titled that relationship, especially if this person felt hurt, rejected, or abandoned by you? Sexual energy is strongly responsible for our ability to heal, to manifest, and to create, because it's through the portal of sexual energy that we bring thought into physical form. Now, when we are healing those karmic impacts in our soul, then we increase not just the vitality in our body, but also our ability to create, to manifest, and to heal in every area of our lives. And that's because we have not just freed our soul, but at the same time freed the cellular encoded imprints in our DNA. And here's where I would like to guide you how actually ancestral karma and curses are passed down through bloodlines. Especially in my work, when we go through the portal of the womb, it becomes very obvious how ancestral sexual trauma in particular has a deep effect on our lives today. Often it's also accompanied by curses and karmic wounds that are passed down through generations. Many of you might never had, touch wood, any sexual trauma. Maybe you have been raised completely sexually liberated, free, in a good household. You have all the money in the world. You live the life that you always wanted. But somewhere deep down inside, you may carry the feelings of shame or guilt, some sort of unhappiness within you, some emotional baggage that you have no idea where it comes from. Now, how is sexual trauma actually stored in our body and in our energy field? And how come that we are paying today for something that has happened many, many lifetimes ago? Scientists have discovered in a recent study that a human body stores about 13.5 billion years of data. Astrophysicists as well estimated that the universe is about 13.5 billion years old, plus minus a couple of 100,000 years, but who is counting? What that means is that in our DNA, in our cells, we store and receive information since the beginning of time. It is not just our DNA that transmits and receives information, but also our RNA. Our RNA, which is part of our genetic makeup, transmits 15 to 20 generations of information to us through our past ancestry lives. So actual memories that are in your body. And you need to understand that each of those memories contain their own energy field. So when we are already coming to this world with a certain aspect of ancestral karmic wounds and trauma, then those atoms, those cells in our body will radiate that energy out, and with that call in experiences that bring this trauma to the surface so that they can actually play out and be paid back. Many people still argue whether karma is real or not. Either way, you will feel in your heart, you will feel in your whole body what of this content really resonated with you and made sense on a very deep level. Whether we like to believe in certain things or not, we will still feel the energies and its implications. And that's why conscious people in particular no longer entertain casual relationships, because it isn't just about honoring and respecting your body, your soul, and your being, but furthermore, it's respecting the power of your sexual energy, your sexuality, and the intimacy that we have with ourselves and with each other. When we learn to heal our own sexuality, we heal our ancestral lineage. And this stuff is real because remember, it is passed down through bloodlines. So you may want to stop that stream from flowing any further down.